stream of what to make. Yeah. Hello, darkness, my old friends. Hey guys, and welcome to the Bayern View. Hope you guys are all doing well. I don't really know what to say, to be honest. Xavi Simons is getting really close to staying at Leipzig. Obviously, that's got to be what the stream's about. Obviously, there is the lit news. We can talk about that. I'll do a video on that, and we'll talk about that. But yeah, like, I don't really know. Excuse me, what to even say. Like, looks like he's staying. Like, what is there? Like I said, what is there to say? Yeah, we'll get into it. We'll react to it. All of that good stuff. If you do go on to enjoy that, please do smash the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for supporting the channel, my people, as always. Obviously, we will be live tomorrow here on the Bayern View for the pre-season match friendly. Obviously, the last couple of times we smashed them like 20-odd nil because they are a amateur side. They're not obviously a professional side. So, but yeah, no matter they hold 20 goals, 30 goals, let's just say we score 100 damn goals. All that matters is that all of the money gets put back into the community, if you want to say community. So yeah, like, big up to them without a doubt. You know, it's not necessarily about Bayern smashing them 700 nil or whatever. But yeah, I don't really want to make this video or stream about Xavi Simons, to be honest with you. Like, I was hoping that we were going to sign the lad. But yeah, it sucks to be 100% with you. Yeah, I don't really know what to say, to be fair. But hopefully, guys are doing good, like I said. And unfortunately, let's get into this one. So, if we grab the post, the main one that we care about, let me go. I'm gonna go with this screen. Bear with me. I'm gonna go bonk, and then we're gonna go bonk. So yeah, it looks like Xavi Simons is staying. Don't worry if you can't read the text that's on the screen. I'm going to zoom it in for you guys anyway. Yeah, it's just shit, really, to be honest. It just is. Like, there's no if, buts, or maybes about it. It's crap, to be fair. So yeah. So what it goes on to say, obviously this is coming from Fabrizio Romano, that Xavi Simons is getting really close to staying at Leipzig for another season. Leipzig are now clear favourites over Bayern Munich. It's not done yet, but Leipzig are very confident of getting it done in the next few days. And that's obviously what's come out from Fabrizio. Again, there's some more news here coming from Sport Bild, basically just saying Xavi Simons is leaning towards Leipzig. Has signalled to the people in charge at the club that he wants to stay. Should they come to an agreement with PSG, the Dutchman will be part of the WhatsApp groups of Leipzig, as he's never left, and is in contact with his best friends in the team, such as Penda, blah, 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 blah. Therefore, Leipzig are confident, basically, of keeping him in their squad. I've got to say, though, like, this here, and this might come over like really aggressive, and I don't mean it to, but like, he's part of the WhatsApp group, but I couldn't give a fucking shit about a WhatsApp group. Like, all due respect, who gives a shit about a WhatsApp group? Like, we are in 2024. You know, this lad, yes, he's young, but he's not a child. Like, why is that even come up? I don't really understand it, to be honest with you, but whatever, it is what it is. And straight away, all I really can see this coming down to, if I'm being 110% honest, is the fact that he is just ambition. Like, I don't see any ambition coming from him, if I'm honest. That's generally all I can put it down to. Like, he doesn't have the ambition, because, you know, and again, you know, it's not, no matter if you're a Bayern fan, you're not a Bayern fan, whatever. Like, what it comes down to, in my personal opinion, is the fact that, like, yes, he knows the manager, he knows the training ground, he knows the staff, he knows the players, the owners, so on and so forth. Cool. But at the end of the day, you're not going to win the league with them. The likelihood of you winning the league with Simons, with Leipzig is slim. You know what I mean? No matter what anyone wants to say, you want to say it's a shit league. You want to say that Bayern are this, they're that. Whatever it is that you want to say. At the end of the day, nothing can be said other than if he stays, he doesn't have the ambition. Big up to them if he does stay, because without a doubt, that's amazing for them. I'm not going to be an idiot with it. That is amazing. But at the same time, the way I just personally see it is, if he doesn't want to come to Bayern Munich and he wants to go there instead, then for me, it's a lack of ambition, personally, anyway. Let me know what you think, because obviously it's just my opinion. But yeah, I just see it as a lack of ambition, to be honest with you. If I'm being 100%, like, I ain't trying to be disrespectful whatsoever. Obviously, there is a bid going on about, what's his name? Doué. We could talk about Doué another time. We don't need to talk about him right now. But yeah, for me, it's just a lack of ambition, if I'm being honest. Big up, Cole. How you doing? Don't worry, lads. We've got Sancho for 40 million. Seems like you're missing out on Doué too. Yeah, we won't get Sancho. He bleeds yellow. If we don't sign Simons, Jesus, I can't even speak. Simons, who do you think we should sign in that position? Well, they're looking at Doué. The only thing I would say is, I don't know, to be honest with you. I really don't know where or what to think about this. Obviously it's not ideal. So yeah, it's an interesting one. Big up, mate. How you doing? Why not just go for Almo? Yeah, I can see that. But for me, I just don't think Almo's good enough to play for Bayern Munich, in my personal opinion. Big up Jeremy. What do you say? I don't really rate him anyways. I don't get the hype. Okay, interesting. Almo is way too inconsistent for. Well, yeah. It's all opinion based, of course it is, but I just don't see this whole, like, I just don't understand it. You know what I mean? Like, why would you want to, other than the fact that he's obviously he knows the people there and so on. Other than that, why stay there? Like, it makes no sense to me. Yeah, that's generally just how I see it. But again, I could be 100% wrong. You know what I mean? Maybe he wants to stay there. Maybe he likes being there. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Just because you rejected Bayern Munich or you've chose RB Leipzig over Bayern Munich, it don't mean shit. But it just, for me, it's like a massive question mark of why. Like, it just makes no sense to me, because you're going, like, no matter what anyone wants to say, even about PSG, even myself, I'm not a massive fan of PSG and so on. Like, the way I see it is, like, you want to go to one of the best clubs in the world. Why not stay at PSG then? Like, they've got a good manager, they've got a good system. Like, yeah, it's really confusing, to be honest with you, if I'm being 100%. The squad still looks great with Musiala and Muller being able to play their 10. I agree. What do you think about signing Cole Palmer? We won't get anywhere close to Palmer. They'd want too much money for him. I think Simons was pushed to Leipzig as PSG see you as a threat for the UCL. That definitely could be the case. But in his contract, he is allowed to choose where he goes. Do you think you'll get Doué? We're definitely pushing for the Doué. deal. Do I think we'll get him? I'm not sure. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe if Bayern push now, we might get him, but I just think it's just like I would say I was more disappointed than anything, because I wanted to get Simons in. I think he's a very good player. I rate him very highly. I just think like the lack of like wanting to win it. Like, yes, okay, we've got a brand new manager. Maybe he's not the Pep Guardiola and so on and so forth. But like the way I see it is, yeah. I thought Hannes said you needed sales. Yeah, 100%. I can see on that one. But at the end of the day, it's a loan, so I don't feel like that should stop the progression. If I'm honest with you, does that make sense? But yeah, I don't. Like I said, I don't really have much to say on that. When do you think we should replace Neuer? Not yet. Couple more seasons, and we won't replace him anyway. We'll just bring in what is his name? I can't think of his damn name. We will bring in Nubel. Had Bayern made a few winger sale, it might have pushed Simons to choose us. 100%, I can see that. 60 million on Doué, is he even needed? Yeah, 100, I can see that as well. You're making a great point. Like, I'm not really too sure. Like, I don't know anything about this lad anyway. I generally have no clue. So it's an interesting point, But yeah, I'm a bit numb to the situation, to be honest. Like, if you don't want to pick us, you don't have to pick us. That's bless. You know what I mean? It really, really is. But I'm just a bit confused, if I'm honest. Like the ambition, just for me, is just ringing lack of ambition. You know what I mean? Is the Leipzig deal a straight loan or an obligation? I have no clue. I have no clue on that. If I'm being 100% honest. So yeah, I'm not too sure. They can't afford him if the truth of the player sales being whatever that it was, like they wanted 90 million. They won't be able to afford that. I don't think we should pay that, but we can definitely afford it, if that makes any sense. I generally think PSG are in doing it only because if they get into a bidding war, they can use it as leverage for the Simons deal to get more money out of us. Yeah. I definitely can see that. I can definitely see that. Fair point. It definitely sucks. It's not, it's not what us Bayern fans want to hear. The thought of bringing in Musiala, well, not bringing in Musiala, but having Musiala, Simons, and Olise, that's naughty. You know what I mean? It really is, but it just is what it is at the end of the day. I'm just a bit stumped. This is why I didn't go live straight away, because I'm a bit stumped of just don't really understand why you would choose them. If I'm honest, yes, he's had a great seat, unless it literally is to the point where it's like he wants to go back to PSG. Then it would make more sense, because then you could see it as he just wants to get a better, play another season in the league with a familiar team that he's already played with last season, and push on. That's the only thing I can generally think of, because otherwise, for me, it makes literal no sense why you would go to them instead of us, other than the fact that the staff, the players, so on and so forth. I don't really give a shit about best mates and all that shit. Football is a cruel game, and it's an odd situation without a doubt. Big blow for Bayern, yeah. It definitely will be if it comes to him not wanting us and picking them. Yeah, without a doubt. But yeah, we just have to dust ourselves off and see what we can do. The thing is, like, this would make more sense if we then were going for Wirtz, but I just still don't know if we're going for Florian or not. You know what I mean? That's the confusing thing for me. Like, is Florian Wirtz going to come in then? That's like what I'm thinking. But yeah, I might be 100% off the cuff, to be honest with you. I believe, let me just remove this a minute. I believe that was that. We're not going to end, but just in general. Is there any more news on Simons? So 9 out. So when I made the video about Mazraoui, I seen something, which was basically just saying that Leipzig are very confident. And I didn't think much into it, to be honest with you. I won't lie. I was just like, yeah, cool, they're confident. Like, it really doesn't mean anything to be confident. You know what I mean? Like, we were confident. You know what I mean? So it's not necessarily, the worst thing for your opponent, if you want to say, to be confident of getting the player. But yeah, maybe there is something in what people are saying with the whole us having to sell players and so on. Like, maybe he wants his future sorted now so he can get into it and so on and so forth, because he is a PSG player at the moment. And if that's the case, then that would make more sense. But I just, like I said, I've said it about 10 times. I apologize. It's just a lack of ambition for me. I don't really understand. Almo is probably better. Good night, mate. I don't think so, personally. But that's just a personal opinion. Opinion on Mazraoui potentially leaving. Obviously I made my video on it. I'm not really best impressed with that, if I'm honest. Like, for me, I think we shouldn't even be close to getting rid of him. I think he's amazing, and he should be our starting left back, in my opinion. But at the same time, like, there's not really much us as fans can do about it. But it definitely sucks. It's not a good situation. I know that United are obviously looking at him. Obviously, they've got Aaron Wan-Bissaka, so it's a bit harder for them. West Ham are looking for a loan for him. Like I said, it's a bit of a sticky one, to be honest. But yeah, it's not ideal. Put it that way. It's definitely not ideal to let him go, and I wouldn't personally let him go. I'm a massive fan of Mazraoui. I think he's brilliant. 20 to 25 million isn't a bad deal for the opposing club, whoever that may be, to go and get him. But at the same time, for me, like, I don't know. I'm in that mode of, I'm not too sure about that one. It's not looking good, Brev. But yeah, it's an interesting one, because obviously the ligt news basically, without giving too much of an opinion, because obviously I want to do a video on it, it's basically that Bayern are being strong in their stance, but they basically told the player to piss off. So you can be strong in your stance all you want, but then you want the player to go. You want him off the books. You want the wages off the books. You want money for, like, it's like a big U-turn. It makes literally no sense. I don't understand what they're doing, but at the same time, hey ho, this is the board that we have, unfortunately. So it looked good straight away. Still happy with the transfer business we've done. If this deal goes sideways and he does pick to go there instead of to us, like, I'm still super duper happy with how it's gone, without a doubt. At the end of the day, we went and got Paulinho, which was the main target the whole time. So I'm super happy with that. Can we just pray the way it's not a flop and the next up and coming Henri at this point, a very, very big risk. Yeah, I know where you're coming from, Ansel. Without a doubt, bro. Without a doubt, I get you. I get you. I get you. Like it definitely is a risk. Um, it is, without a doubt. It definitely is. So, I get you. But yeah, basically that's what Fabrizio Romano has said on the deal. Obviously because of the Xavi Simons news, it's basically just coming out now saying that we are obviously pushing heavily now for Doué. The question is going to be if he wants to stay in France or not. Because obviously, if he wants to stay in France, he will pick to go to PSG. You go into the biggest club in the league, and you stay in your own country if you want to say, because obviously he is French. So hopefully Olise can get in his ear and get that deal over the line. But yeah, it does suck to think that Xavi Simons won't be a Bayern player, because I was really, really looking forward to that deal, I'm not going to lie. So it definitely is a sticky situation, without a doubt. The problem is, I feel like the whole deal with Doué is an odd one, if I'm being 100% honest, because it's like PSG are so heavily linked with him. Are you watching the friendly tomorrow? Yes, the stream's already up. The stream's already there, mate. So yeah, we will definitely be watching. I'll be watching it, without a doubt. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what to think on this, to be honest with you. I think I've pretty much said everything, to be honest. I feel like I'm just repeating myself at this point. Yeah, I'm just feeling a little bit disappointed, for being honest. I'm excited for the friendly tomorrow. No matter what the score is, it was 27-0 or 27-2 or something last time. It is for a great cause in the fact that they get all of the ticket sales. We get to watch our Bayern play in somewhat of a pre-season game. So yeah, I don't really have too much to add to that, to be honest with you. Yeah, not really much. Did you see the stupid ESPN ranking of the best players in the? No. I won't even look at it, bro. Like, with all due respect, ESPN need to stick to basketball, hockey, and American football. Man, they know jack shit about football, and that's not being the fact that I'm European or being a snob. This is our game. Like, fair enough. They're doing their own thing. They got Messi over there and everything, but they know jack shit. Even the fucking people they employ on there just talk absolute waffle all the time. I see it all the time. So yeah, they just waffle at this point, to be honest with you. So I don't really take too much into it, and they fantasize as well a lot with like Mbappe and so on. And I get it. I understand. You want to see the best players prevail, but there's prevailing and then there's just straight up lying to the audience, which is basically what they do most of the time. We will never get that support anyway, because a lot of the money is in the Premier League, a lot of the money is in Real Madrid, Barcelona, and other than them, they don't really care about anyone, so that generally just is what it is. But yeah, I feel like I've covered everything. Is there anything else we need to speak about on this show? There's just a new bid for from Bayern, but we don't need to talk about that right now because that's a totally different topic. Obviously, there was a topic of us signing only one of them, but right, let me At a stage. There we go. So let me zoom this in so you can actually read what it's saying. So obviously, if we scroll down a little bit, as you can see here, it says Xavi Simons is getting really close to staying at RB Leipzig for another season. Leipzig are now clear favourites over Bayern Munich. It's not done yet, but Leipzig are very confident in getting the deal done in the next few days, obviously coming from Fabrizio. And then if we scroll up, he then goes on to say, as long as the deal is not done, Bayern will fight until the end to change the situation. So it's going to be interesting. Did you see a 54 million bid? We've lost our heads. He's 19. Yeah, the only thing that I would go off on that, mate, is the fact that we've got some of the better scouts in world football. You know, we have people that have found Erling Haaland, people that have found Sadio Mané. That's the only thing I can go off if I'm being 100% honest with it. So, but I understand the point. I get it without a doubt. So definitely is an interesting one. Now I need to put a damn player in here. 91. 93 doesn't even do it. 96 does. But yeah, that's basically that. That they're the favourites. He looks like he's picking them, but it's not done until it's done, basically. So yeah, let me know what you guys think on this. If you're watching this as a video, make sure to smash the thumbs up either way. If you're watching this as a stream, please do the same. Smash the thumbs up. Muchly and greatly appreciated. I appreciate you guys a lot. Always showing the support. Yeah, like, just at this point, the way I see it, just whatever happens. There ain't much us fans can necessarily do about it. So, unfortunately. But yeah, big up to everyone. Thank you for the constant support on the channel. I'm going to end now. I'm feeling tired. I need to do a stream with someone later when I stream a video that will then come out. And then we're going to push on from there. But yeah, big up to everyone. Thank you for the constant support on the channel as always. Muchly and greatly appreciate your time and your constant support. And yeah, man, we'll just keep pushing with the channel. I'm loving doing the channel. I wake up every day loving, just doing the channel. So thank you to everyone. Big up to everyone. And peace.